Let me just start with a topic near and dear to your heart, which is prayer. And that is simply about your prayer life and what has your prayer life been like recently as it relates to what are you praying about for yourself or your staff, and what do you want people to pray for you about?
Well, it's been consistent, I will tell you that. I think the busier a person is, or the more stress or decisions that a person needs to have, I think the more in need we are of being in prayer. And I gave my life to Jesus Christ when I was 16 years old, and I've been a woman of prayer ever since. And I'm so grateful for what the Lord has done for me. So the process that my husband and I have gone through to make this momentous decision about running for the presidency of the United States is one that we didn't take lightly. And it's one that we took in prayer, and we spent a lot of time. And over time, we felt that the Lord had given us a sense and assurance that this is the direction to go.
Do you get a sense sometimes when you say you felt called to run or whatever the case may be, and there's some people that may just in non-evangelical world really just not get that. What do you mean called to run? And in the evangelical world, it's actually a very simple process, simple understanding. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, I think that people of faith who do pray understand what that's about, because there's great comfort that comes in prayer. Prayer is a conversation. It's a conversation between yourself and God. And it's something that I have done since I was a little girl. I was just visiting some of my home sites here in Waterloo, Iowa, and those are my earliest memories. As a matter of fact, I went by the church where I was baptized and where I went to Sunday school. And when we walked in the church door, it looked exactly as it did when I was little. We ran into one woman who graduated with my mom from high school. Another woman was with my grandmother in a card club. They remember my parents, my grandparents. They remember me when I was little. We just walked in the door today, and everything is how I remembered. And I think the reason why I came to Waterloo to launch my campaign for the presidency is because I tell people everything I needed to know I learned in Iowa. And we had a very simple family. We were lower middle income people, and we didn't have a lot of money, but we had great wealth, and that both sets of grandparents lived in the same town, all the aunts and uncles, all the cousins. We saw each other all the time. And there's a Bible verse that says, godliness with contentment is great gain. And that, just in reflection in the last few weeks, I've been thinking a lot about that scripture, because that's so emblematic of what my early life was. Godliness with contentment was great gain. My parents made sure we were in church every Sunday. We went to Sunday school, we went to vacation Bible school, and it was just a normal part of life to be a family of faith. My grandmother taught Bible study at the church that we went to, and it was just who we are. Now, I understand that there are people who don't have faith, and in this country, we tolerate people if you have faith or no faith at all. That's the beauty of America. But I think we can't forget the fact that our founders bathed this nation in prayer when they first started the nation. And I think it's good for us today just to remember as well that we're not alone. There's a Creator who made us, and it's important for us to be grateful and say thankful. Thank you to Him.